Good afternoon, guys. Today we're talking about EMF assignment video on question 4 and question 5. Now let's start with question 4. In a quadratic equation of the form y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, each coefficient a, b, and c plays a specific role in shaping the graph. As you guys can see, when a is a negative 1 and both b and c are 0, the graph forms an inverted U shape, curving downwards on both sides. Conversely, when a is a positive 1, the graph forms a standard U shape, opening upwards like a valley. This is because the sign of A determines the direction in which the parabola opens. Now let's move on to coefficient B. The coefficient B affects the horizontal position of the vertex. A positive number will shift the graph towards the left side, and a negative number will shift the graph towards the right side. In other words, B controls the horizontal placement of the turning point. Now let's move on to coefficient C. Coefficient C is an alphabet that represents the y-intercept, the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. If C is a positive number, the graph shifted vertically upwards along the y-axis. When C is a negative number, the graph shifted vertically downwards along the y-axis. Now, to summarize this question, A controls the shape and opening direction. B adjusts the horizontal position of the vertex, which is the turning point, and C determines the vertical placement of the graph. Together, these three values defines the overall appearance and position of a quadratic graph. Now let's move on to question 5. Question 5. In a quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, the discriminant is the part of the quadratic formula under the square root, which is b squared minus 4ac. If the discriminant is positive, as you guys can see, you have two distinct solutions. This means the graph crosses the x-axis at 2 points. Now, when your discriminant is 0, there's only one real solution. This happens when the vertex of the graph touches the x-axis exactly once. As you guys can see on the graph, there's only one drawing. Now, what happens if the discriminant is a negative number? When your discriminant is negative, the equation has no real solution. Instead, it has two complex solutions, and the graph does not touch or crosses the x-axis. And that's all for this assignment video. Thank you for listening.